Hey, this is JPar of the We Promise Nothing show.
With Myles D?
Da Boo here.
And Zubey.
And we are going to give you our predictions for X-Men Apocalypse, which is coming out next week. And we got our tickets. We're ready to go see it. Are you excited to see this movie, Da Boo?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Someone give him a change of pants.
Yeah, he needs
I
a
think he's
moment.
really excited.
He needs a moment.
No, you're probably not that excited, right?
Honestly, I'm just really anxious to see one more appearance of our fanged fellow.
Hugh Jackman as
Fang?
Wolverine.
Yes, sir. I just hope to God they don't disappoint.
All right, Myles, are you looking forward to this one?
I am. First Class was a great reboot / sequel / prequel, followed by X-Men Days of Future Past, which same thing, sequel, prequel, future, past, whatever.
Timelines are so confusing.
Yeah, it's so confusing. It's hard to follow up, but I think this is going to be good. I hope it's going to be good, and I look forward to seeing it.
And Zub, what do you think?
I'm looking forward to it. Not as much as some of the other superhero movies this summer, just based on the whole time jumping thing. I like the cast. I like the plot line overall, except for the time jumping and the different characters. I'm interested to see why certain characters are on certain sides of X-Men Apocalypse, because it kind of warps my mind from what I saw as a kid in the TV shows and the comic books, or it might be based on comic books but on a different version, but I'm interested to see how it all plays out.
And I am excited to see this, not as much as I was for Civil War or even Batman vs. Superman, for that matter of fact. Because Batman vs. Superman was a big one, despite my reaction to it. But I'm excited to see Apocalypse finally be introduced in the movies, even though he kind of looked like Ivan Ooze in some pictures, but I think he looks okay now. Psylocke is who I really want to see. She's looking And Storm with the Mohawk is looking badass too. I can't wait to see that.
Actually, I might have to add, Archangel looks really sweet. I mean, given the fact that he's a completely different form of Archangel, or I should say just Angel? Last time is what we had in the last...
and now he's finally Archangel.
Yeah, and for someone... I think it was you that had told me that he's very much one of the more powerful of X-Men in the...
When he's Archangel, he's more powerful.
Right. And that I did not know, so I guess that's another one aspect that I'm really anxious for. Something different.
So what do you expect to see in this, Myles?
Well, I'm just excited from what I've seen in the trailer so far because, like you said, Storm with the Mohawk, that's a nod to X-Men Age of
80s.
Apocalypse.
80s X-Men.
Right. So that I'm excited for, but I'm also excited to see how they amplify people. I hope they do that because what you were saying, like, Angel is really strong as Archangel. When Apocalypse takes you over, he amplifies your powers. So that's the idea. So I'm really excited to see if they're going to amplify Magneto and make him even crazier because he's already like
he's insane,
alpha near omega mutant right now. So I'm excited to see that.
Did you guys happen to see the little teaser trailer that followed with it? Was, I guess you could say, a bit of a small featurette of Magneto in this particular movie?
No.
He seems to be very dark and brooding. It's almost like he's completely given up on what he represents as a being, I guess, on this planet of ours, because he seems to think that it's his fault for a lot of the deaths around him, right? And I think he takes it very personal in this particular little clip. But anyway, sorry, I thought I'd ask.
So what do you expect to see in this movie, Zoo?
I hope to see that maybe Fox has the balls and actually kill off some characters.
You just want to see someone die, don't you?
Especially a certain one that has a yellow jacket and shoots sparkles at people.
Jubilee?
Yep. You guessed it, Jubilee.
Why would they kill Jubilee off?
Fireworks.
This is her first movie, though.
Well, she might be just a cameo. She might be the red shirt.
It's like,
Star Trek.
here's Jubilee to die.
She might be just the instant Jubilee that just drops down and gets killed right away. That'd be amazing.
Okay.
A red suit and Starfleet.
That's right.
Just comes out of nowhere. Hey guys, how's it going? There goes your
Sentinel boot. falls from the
yeah, exactly.
sky.
I'm taking it with Sentinel. The Sentinel just out of nowhere takes her out.
Okay, here's what I expect. Now, statistically, X-Men movies haven't been that good.
Yep.
They haven't been awful, but they haven't been really great either. They kind of usually fall in three 3.5 if they're lucky for some of the better ones for the ones that I like. Not too many hit a 4 for me. Deadpool's the only one that even comes close to a 4, comes close to a 5. So what do I expect of this? I don't really care about Bryan Singer. Like, everyone gets excited about Bryan Singer and comes back to these movies. He didn't even do it right the first fucking time. The problem with my movies is, every time I go to see these X-Men movies, everyone says, like, oh, X-Men is such a great superhero movie because it kickstarted this whole superhero genre a long time ago, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. I don't give a shit. Okay? If you would have just done it right the first time, we probably could have kickstarted what we have now a lot sooner. But Singer gave us this mediocre X-Men product that people seem to like, and that we're kind of stuck with. It's okay. It's alright. I still like going to see these movies. But he never ever nailed it out of the park for me. Deadpool was the first X-Men movie I felt that was nailed out of the park. So what do I expect from this? I hope, from after watching Deadpool and watching Days of Future Past, it seems like these Fox execs might have learned their lesson, and they might giving us the X-Men stories they want. So I'm hoping for a movie to start going in... These X-Men stories start going in a better direction. More fan service.
R-rated?
Well, it doesn't have to be R-rated. Just give us the right, proper X-Men stories without tinkering too much with the core story.
I kind of feel that's what we've been asking lately, though. That's at least what I keep hearing. People want to see, you mentioned Deadpool. That right there opened up the doors as to why these characters need to be brought down a certain path. And in my opinion, it has to be much darker than what we're already seeing. I'm not saying everything has to go dark for it to be worthwhile reading or being intriguing on screen here. But I felt like because Deadpool did it great, and we have other Marvel-like characters that have very dark pasts that could lend to that same effect, one of which obviously is Wolverine, and I think we all always agree to that. That's the kind of story that if it's not done right, then of course we're just going to shrug it off like it's like we've always done, right? So yeah, I think if they're not careful with how the tone of this movie is, it could turn out to be another one of those flops like the previous ones, just watered down just to say it's another filler to say, oh yeah, we got another X-Men movie, all right. It's just there.
And I got a bad feeling. I've actually heard some bad news about reviews, but we're not supposed to listen to reviews until we go see it.
That's right.
But I have heard bad stuff, so I'm hoping it's not true.
Yeah.
Myles, what are you expecting out of this movie?
I'm expecting good things, only because X-Men Days of Future Past kind of set the sail back, put the wind back in my sails for this whole X-Men franchise. First Class was good, but it was still just it felt like it was just the tip of the iceberg, and then X-Men Days of Future Past nailed out of the park. So I want to see more Quicksilver. I'm really excited.
Definitely want to see more Quicksilver. They could give Quicksilver his own solo movie.
Oh, for sure. He's hilarious, and I love the way when he goes into super speed, how he views the world, and that just blows my mind. And it looks like they might touch on Dark Phoenix, maybe?
Oh, yeah, that's a good possibility.
That might be too much for the movie. We might turn into an Age of Ultron here with too much stuff
played by
happening.
Sansa Stark, apparently. I can't remember that actress's name right now, but she's the one who plays Sansa Stark in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, so we got Nightcrawler, we got Angel.
Oh, he's back too.
Beast.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we got
Beast was from the last
two. Yeah, we got
two.
Beast, we got Psylocke, we got Magneto, we got
What was it,
Storm,
Nicholas
we got
Hoult? Is that the guy who plays Beast?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
Too.
And I really do enjoy, I forget her name again, the actress for Mystique.
Jennifer Lawrence?
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
She's very much been one character developed, I think, from her acting abilities. She's really changed over the years in what she's played as roles in different movies. And because Mystique was one of her first ones, which gave her stardom, I think, lately, I feel like that's why I've been putting a lot of faith in her abilities to bring that role. Why would you have something against that one, yeah?
Only because I feel like they're trying to give Jennifer Lawrence some lip service because she is a hot commodity in Hollywood.
Yeah.
So she's gonna.
So
bring
suddenly
people
Mystique's
in.
a good guy,
yeah,
and she's teaching the younger X-Men.
She's getting a lot of screen time. She's getting a lot of development, and that's
Mystique's
why
a bad
we like
guy.
her. And she is a bad guy, and through. But I don't know. To me, that's my only gripe with these movies is they're giving her too much time and not enough time for everybody else. There's a lot of people that they can develop, and they're focusing on her.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but in this particular story arc, doesn't it go quite dark quite quickly? I mean, given the fact that it's almost like the apocalypse itself is obviously coming into effect. And having said that, easily, she's this one dark character, the villain, supposedly kind of gone good, but she might be just the right kind of bad in her to kind of bring this young team of X-Men to snap out of it and say, you know what, sorry guys, you guys are all that's left. We need to rely on you, and she has to force them to kind of accept that they're gonna either have to kill or be killed. You know, it's doggy dog world. You know, like I feel like that's what they were trying to develop out of her character. So you're right, maybe too much screen time to do it, but I'm hoping she does good with it though, because Mystique is very much one of those strong female characters that they need to hit right.
Well, they definitely flipped the script because in the comics and the cartoons and everything, Mystique works hand in hand with Apocalypse to get these horsemen together. So
Right.
I'm cool with not seeing that. I'm totally fine, but I just find they're giving her too much development and not enough development for other prime characters.
Yeah. All right. So, final thoughts. We will be back to tell you what we actually think of X-Men Apocalypse. Of course, next week we will post our spoiler and non-spoiler review as we always do. Closing thoughts about X-Men Apocalypse.
Can't wait to see it.
A lot of explosions.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. Just hopefully it just gets more clear than it was with the last two movies.
And do you think it's going to be better than Civil War?
No.
Batman vs. Superman?
Yes.
Civil War?
A lot of explosions.
All right, I'll skip you. Do you think it's going to be better than Civil War, Sue?
No, it won't.
And will it be better than Batman vs. Superman?
Yeah, no.
No, it won't be better than either?
No.
Okay. All right, so make sure you listen and stay tuned to the We Promise Nothing show, this channel, for a review of X-Men Apocalypse next week. Spoilers and non-spoilers. This is JPar signing out.
Myles leaving the stratosphere.
Da Boo going bye-bye again?
I thought you were going to say lots of explosions.
And Zubey saying bye.
And good night, everybody.